Hello YouTube friends, Alicia here with a video of another junk journal. This one is different than anything I've done before. It was inspired by this book that I found about pandas. I wanted to make a journal out of it. It is for a friend, and so the book was not one that was sewn in signatures. It was a 1978 book, I believe, and it had been glued to the spine. And so there was no way I could bind it. Well, I could have made signatures. I could have added centered pieces and joined the pages, but there was no easy way to make signatures. And so what I've done is I used my cinch, and then I just used a metal coil that I had recycled from an old photo album, which is why it's slightly bent, but it still works. If anybody knows where I can get more of these, I know you can buy the plastic ones, but if anybody knows where I can get metal ones, leave it in the comments, and preferably somewhere in Canada or that ships to Canada would be great. Okay, so the whole book is not here because the book was fairly long, and it would have been too big of a journal, but the pages that are in the book are in order. So I just sewed around the cover, I added some trim, and then I added some trim on the edge, and then I used black cardstock inside to stiffen it, a library pocket with some gold, I don't know what you call it, it's gold wire basically, it's vintage as well, and then I have that, and then just a story of, this is the first page. This was just something that I had printed, well, didn't print, but it looked interesting here, so I just added it. I was printing on tissue papers, tracing paper is what I was doing. So here's the first page, and the images are so pretty. Wallpaper, I haven't added any of the tags yet. I might show that on video. The ephemera I make for this, I'm not sure. This is a big pocket. I need to do the tab punch up there as well. I haven't done any of that. This is just the book. Scrapbooking paper. This flips out. This scrapbooking paper is a cardstock. I bought it from Walmart forever ago, and I have used it almost completely up. Actually, I think I might have had 2 pads of it at one point, but I've made a number of journals with it. More wallpaper. Just a fancy stitch on my machine. This is a pocket. This paper is paper that was gifted to me. And dyed paper. Oops. One thing about coils is they don't sit perfectly flat on this side because you have to bend them, bend the end, but it's not a big deal. So I didn't use any digital kits. I like that that stitch in here. I might print off some panda images. I do have the book page images left though as well. I wanted to use some of what I had in my stash, and so that is what I did. I love this paper. It has a grid on the back, a French message paper, and just on an envelope. And I actually goofed. This is supposed to be the other way around because there is acetate sewn. Okay. Sorry, this is really weird. It makes my arms look really long. Behind here, I've had this scrap for quite a while. It was when I first got my brother's scan and cut, and I wanted to see how it cut. And so it cut out the flowers of the paper and all the designs, and I never used it. So, and anybody that knows how that has used a cinch knows why some of the pages have washi. I didn't have a far enough back, so of course it didn't punch it properly. And actually, I really like the look of the washi on the book pages. And this page, I like that washi. This is a fabric piece, and there was supposed to be another fabric piece in here, but I goofed on punching the holes, and so I never got it. It never went through when I was coiling it, but I do like this fabric. And I did not want it Asian themed or anything like that. Chinese, I want to stay away from that. That is not my style of journal, and there's nothing wrong with that style. It's just that's not where I want to go with this. I kept it more of a nature themed. This is the pocket I'll put a tag in. More nature themed with the pandas was my goal. More stitching. I like this stitch. I think it's pretty. This is another, or the other half of that bag. I bought a whole big stack of these bags from my thrift store, and so I have to use them up. And they're really big. Like they won't fit in a regular journal. There'll be covers and things like that, but a journal like this, it was perfect. Oops. Okay, apparently my fingers don't work. There we go. And this one you can see I clearly missed, but I thought it looked cool, so I didn't cut it off. It reminded me of a ticket, so I just left that because I liked the way it looked and just punched the other side. And then of course the back, there's paper here for the same reason, and it reinforces it, which is really kind of nice. And then I have some trim on the back just because, and yeah, and that's the journal. I like that it's soft. It's not, I don't know, I just like the way it feels, and if I needed another journal I would keep this one because I really like it. But like I said, it is for a friend, so any questions or comments, leave them below. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon.